Let's get back to a discussion about the debate last night and comments that could have an impact on the markets. Joining us now is Dan Clifton, partner and policy research head at Strategas, trying to connect the dots to how we bring it back to the markets at this point, Dan, because we don't know right now what the power behind the Democratic Party is talking about. Right? I don't know who it is. You know who it is? Is it Barack Obama? Is it Zients? Is it, I don't know. Who is it? Is it Pelosi, Schumer, just all the usual suspects? But what are they talking about right now? If they run this, if they continue to allow President Biden to be the nominee, it looks like they'll probably lose. They don't like losing, and they don't like losing power.
Well, good morning. Last night was a historical night. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years, so close to 30 years. I had never seen an event like that. Within 10 minutes, the panic button had been hit, and now people are looking for alternatives. Joe, there are no good alternatives. If you replace Biden, you put a better candidate on there, but you divide the party, and there's nobody who can get a presidential campaign up and running this quickly, even if they inherit the entire Biden operation itself. And then the other alternative is that you keep Biden in there. And obviously, last night was a referendum on his mental acuity, and he failed that test in front of millions of American voters. I think what makes last night special is that we pulled forward this debate into June. So he doesn't have a chance to recover in 1 week or 2 weeks if he was in a normal debate schedule. I don't know if you got a chance to watch him last night after the debate, but he was much more alert, much more than you saw in the debate. And I think that the president has no indication that he's willing to give up the nomination at this point. He's going to continue to fight. They'll blame staff, and they'll blame the fact checking and the lying of Donald Trump. And they're going to try and drag this out. Yeah. But what I write to my clients this morning is they got 40 days to make a decision. The Democrats have to nominate Joe Biden formally before August 7th for the Ohio convention. And that's going to create a catalyst for what they're going to be able to do. And so you have this uncertainty, and the way the markets are reading it is that they've been uncertain over Trump's legal issues. They've been uncertain over Biden's health issues. There's more certainty on that today. The betting odds are surging for Trump. And for right now, the market for the first time is going to start bidding on some of these Trump stocks and fading some of the Biden stocks. I think that's a big, big event for investors after 6 months of just trading in a 50-50 range on the outcome of this election.
Might even throw Bitcoin in there. But once again, I don't know why everyone skips what the elephant in the room is. For 4 years, the Democrats were perfectly happy to have Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, a heartbeat away from the Oval Office, from the presidency. Right. She's going to be on the ticket this time. So they're perfectly comfortable having her as the heir apparent to President Biden in case something were to happen, God forbid. It's Kamala Harris. How could you possibly even broach the possibility of it not being Kamala Harris, who's less popular than the president? The Democrats have, there's a little corner inside of a room, and they've got paint all the way around this room. And I don't know who, Eamon says there's no one behind any of this. Someone has painted themselves into a corner. What do they do about Kamala Harris?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did a call with 1,500 of my clients yesterday, and I told them it would be Kamala Harris if it's not Joe Biden. I mean, it's the only political choice you have. There's no constitutional reason why it needs to be her. But politics is about addition. It's not about subtraction or division. And if you start removing candidates from the ticket, you start getting into division and you get into subtraction. And what I'm trying to argue is if you are going to make the change, you got to move now. You got to make it Vice President Harris. And if it's Vice President Harris, then who's going to be your VP nominee? And I would look to somebody like Governor Shapiro in Pennsylvania or somebody who hasn't been talked about. But you got to get that person up to speed. That person's got to be vetted nationally. This is a huge stage that they're going to be on. There are no good alternatives right now for the Democrats at this point. And that is really the significance for yesterday. I'm just surprised that after 7 days at Camp David and the greatest debate prep team in world history, that this was the result that we got from the president last night. And I think it raises a lot more concerns. And I do think that it's going to raise a lot more geopolitical concerns, given that our foreign enemies have been, we're also watching that last night, see that we're a polarized country. So a lot came out of this last night. And you can go down many different directions, like there's going to be a lot of pressure on somebody on the Supreme Court to step down before the election so that the Democrats can fill that spot while they control the Senate. So these are big, big decisions that are going to start to stem from last night. And we're just at the beginning of it.